This past year may be the most consequential in the life of this Jewish generation.
At last year's campaign launch, which took place on September 7th, just a month before, we had no idea what was coming.
When Melissa and I signed up as 2023 campaign chairs, we never could have imagined the year that we had.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning where Hamas has launched a surprise attack.
Hamas committed numerous war crimes.
Israel's prime minister has declared it's at war.
700 Israelis are now feared dead.
I'll never forget where I was on the morning of October 7th. We went to shul, we told the rabbi, and from then on we were all glued to the news of what was going on.
I immediately called our person in Sderot, Eddie Azran, and didn't get an answer. And he was literally defending his community while I was trying to reach him.
When it all started to sink in, you realized how horrific the events of October 7th were.
And after October 7th, like everyone, my heart changed, my head changed, everything changed.
People said to me, I am not sleeping, I'm crying with you, being totally present in the pain of the Israeli people as if it was their own.
We had an emergency like none other we had ever faced. We knew that, number one, we had to do something to show our support for Israel, but number two, we also had to do something to comfort the rest of the community here in Toronto. We called an emergency rally of the entire community and as many allies as we could to come together at Mel Lastman Square on October 9th.
The rally was like a big community hug.
We understood that what this community was going to do was going to be unprecedented.
Our community responded in the only way that I would expect it to, by kicking off our Israel emergency campaign in such a strong way and being leaders.
We gathered together leading philanthropists in our community, and in one night, on October 10th, we were able to make history and raise $31 million.
We got emergency dollars to Israel within the first week after October 7th.
The Toronto Jewish community had its partnership communities way before October 7th. It was a natural continuation of those deep relationships that Toronto stood up way beyond any other community in the world to be present for Sderot after October 7th.
Work that I saw UJA doing on the ground in Israel was second to none. I came back feeling so proud to be part of this organization just by seeing how they helped, how they were helping on October the 8th. When nobody was there and nobody knew what to do.
Our Israel Emergency Campaign has raised more than $75 million. What happened here then sent a signal to every other community in North America.
The Israeli Ministry of Diaspora Affairs named UJ Federation of Greater Toronto the lead community in philanthropy following October 7th.
Seeing our community come together has been one of the silver linings of the times that we're faced with.
Rallies to support the hostage families, rallies to bring attention to the challenges that students are facing on campus, rallies to support the women in Israel because people aren't believing them in the rest of the world.
To see our community come together over the last few months has been really life-changing.
The walk this year was the largest gathering of Canadian Jews in the history of this country.
And walking up Bathurst Street with 50,000 members of our community, proud, and seeing other communities standing with us was one of the greatest days I've ever experienced as a member of this community.
I have never seen more people coming out to do Jewish in this community than since October 7th.
But we have a long road ahead on many, many, many fronts.
As the child of Holocaust survivors, I never imagined that we would see the kind of anti-Semitism that we're seeing today. It's devastating.
I've never seen in my life, I've never lived through the anti-Semitism that we've had in the last year.
The fight against anti-Semitism at this moment in time is the most important thing that we can do. All of this has been possible because of the generosity of annual campaign donors.
And this isn't a sprint. This is going to be a long-term battle.
But this year, our community has shown that we have what it takes to face it.
This is an absolute seminal moment in the Jewish community.
The need for people to identify as proud Jews, the need for people to stand up and act and do things to address the hate that exists.
What I want to see from this campaign is every single member of our community that is able to stand up, to be counted, to say, I want to give and I want to help.
When we're strong, Israel's strong. And when Israel is strong, we're strong.
I can't think of anything that's more important that we could be doing in our lives today.
I truly believe that this community is capable of facing any challenge when we stand together.
We've never been stronger, we've never been prouder, and we've never been more united.
This is a fight for our future, for our children, and for our grandchildren.